Hello everyone and welcome inside our Indianapolis studios for the 2021 NCAA Division II Women's Soccer Selection Show. I'm your host, Jonathan Mathis, and it's my pleasure to welcome you all back. It's been a couple years, so just to recap a few things, Grand Valley State is still the reigning champion. They played Western Washington in a 2-overtime thriller back in 2019. But not only is this a new year, it's a brand new decade, and it's anyone's game. As we reveal the bracket, there are 56 teams and 21 conference champions who earned an automatic bid. That means there are 35 spots left, and the emotions, I'm sure, cover a wide range. So let's get started. Here is the 56 team field for the 2021 Division II Women's Soccer Championship. And we'll begin in the Atlantic region, where Kutztown earned the #1 seed in a first-round bye. The Golden Bears may have fallen on penalty kicks in their conference tournament, but the overall body of work places Kutztown at the top of their region and sends them back to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2018. Wings up to our 4th seed in the Atlantic, Charleston, the Golden Eagles. Charleston makes their first appearance in the national tournament since 2015, and they will face Westchester, the Golden Rams. Westchester has been on a 6-game winning streak over the last couple games, but a couple losses at the end. They're following into the tournament looking to go upwards. The Concord Mountain Lions are back for their second consecutive NCAA tournament. Concord is both looking strong defensively, where they ranked 8th in the country in goals allowed this season, and they're explosive offensively. Yasmin Mobley is one of 4 ladies to have scored over 20 goals this season. While Mercyhurst was a #1 seed in the PSAC tournament, they're a 7 seed here, and they have 5 shutout victories before their defeat to Bloomsburg in their conference semifinal. Speaking of which, Bloomsburg, the Huskies, are conference champions again and hungry to improve upon their quarterfinal runs back in 2018 and 2019. Bloomsburg is tough to score on, allowing a measly .371 goals per game, 4th best in the country. The Gannon Golden Knights will look to slay the Huskies. Gannon averages less than a goal per game allowed, and look forward to 2 great defenses going head-to-head. Moving down the left side of the bracket, the top seed in the East, St. Rose, won their 9th Northeast 10 title since 2007 yesterday to push their ticket back to the national tournament. Few defenses are better than the Golden Knights. They allowed just 7 goals this season. They shut out their opponent in 2/3 of their matches. St. Rose has conceded just 2 goals since October 2nd and none in the month of November. Claiming the 4th seed in the East, the St. Anselm Hawks waded through a stretch at the end of the season that was a little tough, but they impressed enough in the beginning of the year to make the field. Jefferson awaits them. The Rams won the CACC, having to survive overtime in their opener, but took their last 2 games by a combined 6-1. The Malloy Mavericks claimed the ECC tournament title in a double overtime nail-biter. Senior Dana Porch scored 4 of the Mavericks' 6 goals in the conference tournament, but Malloy's been on fire defensively too, shutting out 6 of their last 7 opponents. For the 7th seed, you can go ahead and exhale, Bridgeport. Your Purple Knights have fought their way into the tournament. Southern New Hampshire takes the 3 seed in the East after a strong regular season that held opponents to half a goal per game. They face Mercy in the opening round. Mercy took a strong finish to the season and turned it into an NCAA berth. The Mavericks took Malloy to double overtime in their conference final. Leading the way as the 1 seed in the Central region are the Jennies of Central Missouri. They have won 12 of their last 14 games, and they will battle another conference finalist in Southwestern Oklahoma, the Bulldogs. The 8th seed in the Central finished the year with a 6-game win streak to close out the regular season. Fourth seed Minnesota State's coming off a strong 17-win season, allowing just a half goal per game. Great American champion Oklahoma Baptist stampedes into their second NCAA tournament and as the fifth seed off a shutout victory in their conference title game. Emporia State is in their second NCAA tournament after swarming their way to the Hornets' first ever MAIA tournament title. Junior forward Mackenzie DeMarco has had a wonderful season so far, racking up 41 points on the strength of a 20-goal season. They will meet the Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. Northwest Missouri State has a potent offense that averages over 2 goals per game. The 3 seed from Minnesota, Bemidji State. Before falling to Minnesota State in their conference tournament, the Beavers had won 8 straight games. They finished 18-1-2. Welcome to the NCAA tournament, the 6 seed Central Oklahoma Broncos. Central Oklahoma allowed exactly 1 goal per game this season. No conference win, no problem. For Grand Valley State, the Lakers have won the most Division II national championships, and they are looking to repeat after a 2-year layoff. They outscored their opponents by over 2.5 goals this season per game. The first shot to throw out the champ belongs to 8th-seeded Cedarville. The Yellow Jackets defense has only allowed 13 goals total this season. Our next matchup is one of familiar foes. 4th-seeded McKendree and 5th-seeded UIndy met each other back on September 19th, and they played a great game with McKendree winning 3-2, while looking forward to an encore performance with the UIndy eyeing a different result. The 2nd seed is Ashland, who won the Great Midwest Tournament title after an undefeated conference season and are now back in the NCAAs for a 3rd consecutive time. The Eagles' leading scorer, Bailey Clark, drove home the overtime winner in the conference title game, but also paced a balanced Ashland offense that saw 10 different Eagles score at least 2 goals. Drury claims the 7th seed and was a rags to riches story this season, going from the 9th in the preseason poll in the GLVC to GLVC tournament champions. And now they get back to the NCAA tournament for the first time in 14 years. Goalie Caitlin Netsky has been the 3rd best goal against average for any keeper in the nation. 3 seed Ferris State shut out Grand Valley State to upset the Lakers in the GLIAC tournament final, earning the Bulldogs their 2nd ever trip to the national tournament. After an up-and-down end to October, it clicked for Ferris State in November, outscoring their opponents 11-2 in the month. 5 different Bulldogs scored for Ferris State in the GLIAC tournament. Saginaw Valley claims the 6th seed. The Cardinals fell to Ferris State in their conference semifinal and now get their chance at some revenge. Whew. That's 30 teams, everybody. 26 more to go. We're going to take a brief pause, and when we come back, we'll reveal the remaining teams in the bracket. Don't go anywhere.
There's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. A universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Back to Indy, everyone. Just 26 more spots to unveil. 6 of the next teams have first-round byes. 20 will battle it out in the opening round. Let's get to it. The top seed in the South is the Lee Flames, who punched their ticket to their 6th straight NCAA tournament on the strength of a perfect season so far, 19-0, and a flawless Gulf South tournament run where they outscored their opposition 8-0. Jacqueline Burns, a redshirt senior, was the best goal against average of any keeper in the country. And while the Flames offense ranks 14th nationally in points per game and 18th in goals scored, so they're pretty tough. Even though they were upset on penalty kicks, Mississippi College lands the 4th seed in this portion of the bracket. The Lady Choctaws have made the field off a strong regular season. They are set to face the 5th seeded Florida Tech Panthers. They bring a stingy defense into the national tournament. Florida Tech only once allowed more than 1 goal in a game this season. 2nd seeded Embry-Riddle made it to the 3rd round of the 2019 NCAA tournament, and after sneaking through their conference tournament to claim the sunshine, the Eagles are back to make further damage. Embry-Riddle is battle-tested, playing mostly close, tense games. The Eagles have neither won nor lost by more than 1 goal since October 9th. Embry-Riddle also gets a bye as they await the winner of our next matchup, which is the West Florida, earned their 3rd seed. The Argonauts lost to Lee in the Gulf South tournament, but that didn't hurt West Florida in the committee's mind. But it did set up the 23-point scorer Blair Cowan and the Argonauts with a rematch with their conference rival in 6th-seeded Valdosta State. Breathe easy, Blazers fans. You get another shot at West Florida. The top seed in the Southeast, Columbus State, doesn't get a first-round bye, but their aggressive offense does earn them a plethora of scoring opportunities. No team in the country earned more than 200 corner kicks except the Cougars, who had 224 of them. They will play the 8th-seeded Mount Olive Trojans, whose trip to the Conference Carolinas final was enough to punch their ticket to the national tournament. In the 4th seed is the Peach Belt champions, Flagler, the Saints. It was a record year for Flagler as they had 8 players named to the All-PBC Conference team, including Conference Player of the Year Andrea Fernandez, who recorded 15 goals and 12 assists on the season. They will face the Braves of UNC Pembroke. UNC Pembroke looked very strong as they surged to the Conference Carolina Tournament Championship on the strength of shutout victories in the semifinals and the finals. The Braves are on fire. The second most shots of any goal on team in the country and are led offensively by Riley Searing, who netted 14 goals this season. The 2nd seed in the Southeast is Catawba. The Indians won the South Atlantic Conference with a 4 consecutive shutout victory, which is on par. This course, their defense is just outstanding. They led the country in goals against average. Catawba's offense is no laughing matter either. Hannah Dunn is 7th in the country in goals scored. The task of shattering that tough Catawba defense falls to 7th seed Lenore Ryan, making the SAC semifinals, secured the Bears' place in the field. Lenore Ryan has a tricky trio of 20-point scorers to handle, so look out for them. From out of North Carolina, Queens is the 3 seed. Their road a strong defense to the South Atlantic Conference Final. North Georgia's season has been full of highs and lows, but the 10-5-1 Nighthawks have made the tournament. 1 seed Dallas Baptist University, or more affectionately DBU, they fell in their conference finals, but have been on a tear this season, averaging 3 goals per game. For the 4th seed, welcome back Angelo State. The Rams make it back after a 2-year layoff. They will play 5th-seeded Westminster. The Griffins were on a 5-game winning streak before falling in the conference quarterfinals. 2nd seed UC Colorado Springs was crowned the Queens of the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference after a 3-1 victory over Regis on Saturday to claim both the conference tournament and the regular season titles for the first time in the same season. The Mountain Lions are led by a trio of 8 goal scorers on offense, with Tara Patterson leading the way with 28 points this season. A 12-win season has Colorado School of the Mines back in the NCAA tournament, where they will face Midwestern State. They also utilize a 12-win season to erase a 4-year absence from the tournament. The top seed in the West is Seattle Pacific, the Falcons. They were number 1 in the West in the final poll and claim that seed here as well. Their offense has been outstanding this year, scoring over 3 goals per game. 6 different Falcons scored 5 goals or more this season. The West's 4th seed belongs to Sonoma State. The Seawolves made it to the CCAA Finals. For the 5th seed in the West, we say aloha to Hawaii Hilo. The Vulcans claim the Pac-West Conference. Western Washington is the 2nd seed out of the West, where they will begin their trek to improve on their 2019 tournament result when they were the national runners-up to Grand Valley State. They allowed only 16 goals this season. The final at-large spot belongs to Point Loma. Point Loma has been ranked 3rd in the final regional rankings and keep that number going into the tournament. And the final team is the 6th seed and CCAA champion California State East Bay Pioneers. And there's it. That's it. All 56 teams. And to those who made it, congratulations and best of luck coming up on the tournament. The schedule goes like this. The first round games will be played on Thursday or Friday, with the second round following on Saturday and Sunday. These will be played at 2 regional sites each, depending on the region. Then after Thanksgiving, we will reconvene for the 3rd round on December 2nd or 3rd, and the quarterfinals on the 4th and the 5th. Then it's on to where everyone wants to go, Colorado Springs at Switchbacks FC Stadium for the semifinals on December 9th and the championship game on the 11th. We hope to see you there. And on behalf of the NCAA, I'm Jonathan Mathis. Thanks for joining us, and good luck to everybody in the tournament.
There's an energy swelling out beyond the limits of your expectations. A universe where fandom reigns supreme. Once you're in it, it changes you. Instead of one of one, you're one of many. A blissful sea of chaos. Go beyond your limits and enter the NCAA universe. Get your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.